Well, I'm going to just jump in. Hello, all, and welcome to this episode of our 80's cartoon pilot rewind rewatch, where we, as the Fargonaut Boys, we watch these first episodes of these classic cartoons and decide if we would continue watching these or kind of just peter out and not continue. So I'm here joined with my broachy boy Brad Show.
What's up?
And tonight's quest is SilverHawks, which is a Rankin Bass joint. So we're back We're back to Rankin, and this is similar to Thundercats. It's like a idea and an animal. So it's like Thundercats, SilverHawks, both their comic series. I mean, SilverHawks.
You have a descriptor followed by a noun.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the characters are some mix of human and animal, whether it be literal or via some robot suit, which I think is the deal with SilverHawks.
What can you tell me? Because this is also a Star Comics joint. Do you know about Star Comics?
Yeah. It was just essentially an arm of Marvel that produced like licensed cartoon books, essentially. There's a lot of others there's some that weren't from cartoons, but most of them, I think almost all of them were cartoon books. And that includes like, Thundercats had one, the Care Bears, who else? Do I think of other 80s? But I think like a Garfield or Heathcliff or Dennis the Menace, one of those guys had one.
Oh, sure.
It was like, it was those kind of Saturday morning cartoon / comic strip.
Yeah, Fraggle Rock. Heathcliff.
Yep.
Yeah, you said Care Bears. Flintstone Kids.
Stones Kids, yep.
Muppets.
Yep.
Do you know any of the SilverHawks by name?
No, I legit, we were kind of talking a little bit before we started, and I was saying that I am only familiar with it because it always gets mentioned with the other stuff.
Okay.
And I've seen images before. I may have seen a bit of animation at some point, but I never, like, it was out of context on like maybe a bit of an intro or something that I saw somewhere. But
the intro, just like Thundercats, is like the best part of the whole thing. Like, it's so well animated, so freaking awesome. Like,
it's where you blow your load, dude.
There's so much character, like dynamics.
Basically, like your book cover, right? Your book cover, your comic cover is the intro. So if you got a banging ass intro, you're gonna keep people around. Ironically too, the first issue of a new comic book series about the SilverHawks came out yesterday, as of this recording.
Wow.
SilverHawks #1 from Dynamite Comics.
This 2025 is turning into 80's Part 2.
Yeah, I sent you those pictures the other day of like all that stuff that's from the stuff we've been watching that's currently out.
Is that all from this year?
That's all from at least the last 2 years, yeah.
Okay.
If
so it's pretty recent.
So Transformers is currently going. It's at issue like 16 or something of that Transformers run.
Mm-hmm.
Thundercats is probably at like issue 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. G.I. Joe's at issue 3, but they had like, there was 4 5-issue miniseries beforehand that was like Cobra Commander and Duke, and then Destro and Scarlet. So that's been going now for a little bit. And then that Masters of the Universe is from the last year or two.
Uh-huh.
That Turtles issue that was in there was from that week, as well as that SilverHawks issue. So that was issue 6 of the current run of Turtles. So yeah, like all that stuff is within the last year or two.
That's interesting. It is like a resurgence of 80s nostalgia.
I think it's on a weird 20-year swing. Yeah, it's a weird like 20-year swing because you see it when you're a kid, and then you're like in your mid-20s or something. You start having money to spend, so then they're like, cool, bring it around again. and then when you hit your 30s 40s crowd, and then it's like, all right, now they've got kids and they want to spread that shit to their kids, or they're feeling nostalgic because they're middle aged now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a 20-year cycle for that.
What can you say about the new SilverHawks comic? You said there's one issue out?
Through it. Yeah, I flipped through it. I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but it's definitely like I didn't read it, so I don't have any context. I was just looking at pictures. I was waiting for them to get in their cool suits, that they have, which they aren't until towards like the very end of it. So, but it's it's decompressed storytelling these days in comics. So,
I have seen this. It was on Cartoon Network way back.
Sure like was. That's the thing.
Night.
Maybe that's where I saw a bit of it, was because I never saw it otherwise, and it's got to be where I saw it because I would watch Thundercats and like G.I. Joe and Captain Planet and shit when it was on early in the morning, and like. So maybe I caught it at some point, or caught a little bit, but I have no idea what it is. I just know they got cool robot suits that I initially thought was just like, that's how they were. So I was like, those guys look weird. And then one of them has like a cowboy hat, because reasons.
Yeah, that's what's his face? He's Bluegrass or something like that?
Dude, I don't know. This is the one I have the least amount of knowledge. Well, no. Well, yeah. This has to be the one I have the least amount of knowledge on out of all of these.
Yeah, his name is Bluegrass. He's
of course he is.
His name is Bluegrass. He's like the second in command of the SilverHawks, and he has a freaking sick ass guitar.
Does he have a stalk of wheat or whatever out of a blade of grass or some shit?
Yeah, he's got a little handkerchief or like a neckerchief kind of thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
And his Bluegrass has a weapon instrument. He uses his weapon instrument.
Does he have these colors don't bleed bumper sticker on the back of his robot suit?
He's got one of those like pinup girls mud flaps
tattooed
like etched into his butt cheek or something like that.
His butt cheeks, yeah. Have little silhouette mud flap girl silhouettes on them.
Bluegrass, I'm reading a little bit about his bio here. Bluegrass has an interface with the Mirage piloting system, which he has affectionately dubbed Hot Licks.
Of course he has, dude.
His armor has bluish-silver shade and wears a red bandana around his neck and cowboy hat. And what do you think his accent sounds like?
Red, white, and blue, baby. Southern, probably.
Yeah. And then we have Steelheart, which is the girl.
The quintessential 80s cartoon girl.
Yep. The Copper Kid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Copper Kid looks a lot like a blue-faced monkey. It's really bizarre.
Is he like their Wily Kit and Wily Cat?
I don't know.
He like their Snarf?
No, their Snarf might be this badass falcon. Or this hawk, I guess. I mean, it's a metal hawk.
That'd be hilarious if it was called SilverHawks and they had a fucking falcon for a fucking...
Yeah, I think we'll just jump in because some stuff might come back to me. But yeah, I'm excited to jump in.
You are familiar with this kind of, huh?
Just a bit. I just know the intro, and I know. Yeah, I remember Bluegrass being my favorite. Bluegrass was cool because he had the guitar and the cowboy hat. He's the one that like didn't give a shit about like these cool suits. He's just like, I'm a cowboy. I'm not gonna be this stupid chrome suit looking motherfucker. I'm just gonna be a cowboy.
Is he kind of stupid too?
No, he's pretty like stupid smart. Like,
right.
Like not stupid for stupid's sake.
Right.
I'd say Copper Kid is the one that maybe is the stupid one, but the Copper Kid's also like a gymnast, so it's like a Robin-esque kind of character.
Right. It just makes me think of how like Americans are always depicted in like Gundam shows, you know?
Right.
And the one I always think of is Chibbity Crockett from G Gundam. The name. He has a little wheat stalk out hanging out of his mouth. He's got, cowboy jacket and shit, and his Gundam has like a football helmet and football pads on. I think he's got a revolver.
Yeah, you will find
blasting revolvers. His shield is a surfboard.
Oh, gnarly.
And then when he goes into like a fighting mode, his shoulder pads come off, and his chest plate falls off, revealing what looks like pecs and abs. And his shoulder pads go onto his fists and become like boxing gloves. Dude, it is.
That's bonkers.
Like,
as hell.
This is America. Yeah.
I think you'll find that
he's good at what he does, but he's kind of not stupid, but he's like, kind of obnoxious and kind of dumb. But he's really good at what he does.
Yeah, that might be some semblance of Bluegrass too. Like Bluegrass, since he's like a cowboy, he's like super nonchalant, just like, hey man, if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. That's the way things roll, man. Like just rolls with the punches, kind of like aloof, maybe more.
Cool with it, yeah.
Yeah, just like that, kind of like not stupid, and dumb, but just like, hey man, whatever, dude.
Yeah. Just seems outside of it all.
All right. Well, let's jump in and let's this first episode is aptly named The Origin Story.
Oh, dude, what? That was the most part one of a part one I've ever seen, dude.
Yeah, it felt like
it didn't feel like anything's happened yet.
Nothing really happened. We just know that there's some bad guy escaped from a space prison, and then he released all these crazy dudes, including Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo. Strong guy from the mob.
And then the SilverHawks are then tasked with going out and protecting the universe with their silver awesome suits.
Yeah. We met the team.
We did.
And that's about it.
We meet the team.
We haven't had them fighting anybody yet.
They have a base. They have a sick-ass jet.
Base. It's a space version of the Thundercats base, just with a hawk instead of a cat.
Right.
They have a sick jet instead of a sick tank.
Yep.
I noticed that the theme song kind of follows the same idea as the Thundercats one, too. Because, like, Thundercats is fucking, the feel the magic, hear the roar. Thundercats are loose.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is Wings of Silver.
Hearts of Steel.
Nerves of Steel.
Yeah.
SilverHawks.
SilverHawks. Yeah,
it really is just doing the same. They're just like, we're gonna do the same thing as Thundercats, but not the same at all.
Yeah, whereas Thundercats, I think, is taking some ideas. It's like Jetsons Flintstones, if you get my drift here. It's like Thundercats are going more prehistoric.
More primitive.
Yeah, primitive, tribal. This is going futuristic, tech, and things like that.
Yep.
There's no like magic MacGuffin sword that these guys have. It's just like maybe Tallyhawk is. I mean, that could be some kind of mythical thing, but
their whole suits are basically the sword.
Yeah.
They're not suits, bodies. Whatever the fuck. Are they suits or are they bodies?
They're like cybernetics. They're cybernetic androids, yeah. That's what they said. Like, the dude was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get them all fitted with these cybernetics, and then they're like testing the boosters and the shoulders, and they're like, yep, we got all that.
If for some reason it has to include their hair.
Yep, how's their hair doing? Oh yeah, Mumbo Jumbo. We gotta show
Mumbo Jumbo. Strongman of the mob.
Look at that dude. Look at those thighs.
Love them. Can I get a little bit of that? Give me a little bit of that right there. A little Mumbo Jumbo, Strongman of the mob.
Give me a little bit of Mumbo Jumbo.
For context, too.
Mumbo Jumbo, the strong man of the mob.
Just how matter of fact and bored he sounds. There's Mumbo Jumbo, strong man and Bob.
There he
Like
is.
everybody else in this is like, they get their name, or they get a little preamble to their name, and then they get some more descriptors of what they're like. Then we get the old boy right here, and then he just sounds bored as shit. Just, yeah, we got Mumbo Jumbo, strong man for the mob. And then it just moves on.
Next one.
And then immediately the next guy gets the treatment the others have, which is a little preamble, his name.
Yeah, a little peaky, weird alien with a gun, man-at-arms kind of dude.
He gets more descriptors about him and, like, cool shit. He gets multiple shots. Our boy just gets, like, a shot of him moving, stretching out.
Watch me flex, baby.
Nonsense background.
Yeah, oh, shit.
Mumbo Jumbo, strong man but a mob.
All these other badasses.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
They got not Count Dracula.
Not Count Dracula with a big ass nose.
Yeah, this is borderline racist.
Talks like Dracula.
Somewhere around a Mr. Spock that talks in Dracula.
All our homies are wearing like tracksuits.
Yeah. All right, look, they're normal, and then their hair turns to metal.
And then they turn metal. Like, oh, this is just a cowboy. He's like, nah, dude, this is like the best colonel in the army. And he's the ace pilot. Talk to him with respect, man. Talk about him with respect. He's an army man.
So their hair, like, is it actually hair and then like something covers it, or is it always metal like that and it just appears like hair sometimes to people, or like, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't know if that's hair or just their helmet.
How much is robot and how much is it? That's what I need to know. I need a real SilverHawks head to get in here and fucking tell us show us where the treasure's hidden.
That's true.
I don't know.
Is the SilverHawks book that or the comic book, was it already like established some stuff, or is it like they have yet to get their suits?
It's definitely an origin one, I think. Okay. I don't know though. Honestly, I've just looked at pictures.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be interested enough to know what goes on with the hair and the suits, and why he only has like one arm, like one fleshy arm.
Yeah, why they always have like one uncovered arm.
Because that's the same with this dude too. He's like, yeah, I'm going to show off my bicep, dude.
Yep. Then she's got her forearm.
Yep.
Uncovered.
The suits look cool. I'm not going to deny that. They look badass.
They're cool, but they're also kind of boring, though, too. Like, they're all one color, and they're all, like, like silver or gray or blue or copper. That's it.
Their visor looks
Nothing
sick.
That really... Yeah, it does.
His looks like a football helmet. Look at that dude. He's...
Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. I clocked it.
He's a kicker, though.
This is like on a toy shelf, you know what I mean? It's not as alluring as bright colored stuff, right?
Yeah.
I would think.
I guess it all depends on if they're packing some lasers.
Teams, they all have different, color themes or whatever, like Thundercats or like your Power Rangers or your Turtles or your, they all have G-Force, Voltron. They all have like different color associations and they're kind of brighter colors and kind of stand out on a toy shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know if these did as much because they're mainly just one color.
The majority of them are, Bluegrass is the only one that's like a bluish tinted steel.
Yeah.
Chromium thing.
Yeah.
Everybody else has like that dark gray.
Leader Boy's more silver. And then the two twins or whatever the fuck are like darker gray.
Yep.
And you got Blue Boy and you got Copper Boy.
Yep. What'd you think of the episode?
Boy's colors have to... It's fine.
It was so generic to me.
It is.
Here's where they're talking about their like boosters, and you can see they put a X-ray almost in there, so it's like.
Yep. This part of the body we're talking about, so you can see what's supposed to be there.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that's their foot inside the fucking armor.
From there, they robots.
Yeah, they are mostly android.
Yeah.
So they
More
mutilated
cyborg.
They mutilated these poor people and
Fuck them, dude.
put their friggin' heads and faces into like RoboCop bodies.
The only thing our boy fucking Bluegrass was missing, he had the red scarf and the red band around his hat. He had the white guitar. All he was missing was some blue metal skin, dude.
And some wheatgrass, like just hanging out of his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Who knows? That might
Generic
come into
Chad
play.
Man, eh?
Yeah, they fuck these people up. Like, all right, you look pretty and everything, but what if you had metal in your body?
Exactly. Like, were these ever actually people?
Right. It doesn't make any sense. Because, like, look at that arm.
If they use the term android, that means they use the term android. That's just a robot meant to look like a human. But they use the term cyborg. Now that means that's a human with cybernetic additions. You know.
So they're bionic space enforcers. Who are partly metal, partly real. Quicksilver, formerly known as Jonathan Quick, leads the SilverHawks with his metal bird companion Tallyhawk. Twins Emily and Will, Steelheart and Steel Will. Their bionic bodies are covered by a full body closing fitting metal armor that only exposes the face and an arm. The armor is equipped with retractable protective mask, retractable underarm wings, except Bluegrass, he doesn't fly, thrusters on their heels, and laser weapons on their shoulders. So they're bionic.
Okay, so they made it seem like both they were real but also robot.
Yeah, it's like a magic robot suit, I guess.
They're like it's a robot suit, but also inside there's all this robot stuff. And you're like, so is it a suit or are they robots? It still keeps it fuzzy to me.
It's very fuzzy, very not clear. It's a point deduction. I don't know what to think. Are they real? Did they mutilate these bodies? What happened here?
This is giving them more credit than is due. They're just like, we just need something, dude. Why are they robots? Why do they look like this?
Just shut up. You're a kid. Shut up. Just take it. You don't know. Just look at that face. Look at that mug. Look at that square jaw.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine with it. You should be too.
That fucking neck beard, dude.
Fucking metal neck beard. What the hell's happening here? And this thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is the neck beard metal? Also, can you cut your hair? Or is it always going to look like that? Is it going to grow? Does he ever have a metal mustache? These are all things I need to know, dude.
Can they grow metal mustache follicles?
I don't know. He grew a metal beard, dude.
Yeah, it's like a chin strap, too. It doesn't make sense.
So he got his beard, it turns metal. So why doesn't his eyebrows turn metal?
Good point.
Is it because it's not the eyebrows themselves and it's just a thing covering it? I don't know. That thing should be thrown in the deepest, darkest fucking black hole.
Oh, shit.
I hate it.
I hate this thing, too. Whatever this broccoli-looking, kelp-looking motherfucker is. Like, pre-SpongeBob sea anemone.
Yeah, then you have Fat Sash Nazi guy back there, too.
And Dracula and his concubine.
Uh-huh. Spock Dracula.
Yeah, this thing should die. This thing looks like something from like a Dragon Ball, like, Otherworld.
Right.
I'm here to watch the fighters.
If you cover his eyes, right, and you just look at his mouth, and then right above his mouth, there's that, like
long
upside
U.
down. Yeah. but you can look at it as that's a nose.
Yeah.
And then the two dark spots at the top are eyes. You know what I mean?
It looks such a weird face then, yeah.
It's so funny. Love it.
I'll make an edit if I remember to just edit out the eyes and just have that there. Yeah, I don't know. This one wasn't as bad as like He-Man.
No.
But still not quite there yet. They didn't do a whole lot of crazy action.
Like I said, we've been watching the part 1s.
I know. That too.
Not the part 2s. But as far as part 1s go, like the He-Man one, quality-wise is bad, but at least is pushing a story forward more.
They put all their eggs in that stupid wizard talking like the Charlie in the box.
Yeah. I remember.
Not needed.
But this is just, like I said, this is the most part 1 ass feeling episode because like almost nothing happens. You get the bad guy escaping, and then we meet the crew, and that's it.
The crew is there. Like Monstar, he seems pretty like crazy.
He looks cool. Yeah.
He looks rad. He turns into a giant metal rad dude.
Mm-hmm.
And his rogues gallery.
Everyone's apparently a fucking android.
Oh, and he like makes love to this octopus.
He's like, dude, my bro. He tries to fight him. He's like, oh, dude, you returned to being feral and forgot me. Fuck, I'm gonna have to change that, bro. And then turns him into goddamn cyborg too.
Turns him into goddamn like you're my
Everybody's
mount.
a cyborg, dude. Everybody.
He has the power to turn space squids into vehicles.
Sure, dude. Don't you, dude?
I wish, man. That would be sick. Look at this fucker.
Yeah, he looks cool. Again, it's one color though. That's kind of boring, you know.
Yeah, there's all palette is just red for bad guys and blue for good. It's kind of on the nose.
But yeah, no, it's.
Oh yeah, we forgot Popcorn Guy.
Popcorn Guy, but I mean, really,
Molecular.
we got our boy.
Molecular.
But our boy, what's his fucko? Right here.
Yeah, Mumbo Jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo. Hey, Mumbo Jumbo.
I
Strong
think
man for the mob.
I think Mumbo Jumbo just gives this a pass. Like for me, like just I want more just Mumbo Jumbo shit. Like if we can find a toy, if a toy ever comes across your radar at the store, find Mumbo Jumbo for me. Or if there's just a comic, if there's just Mumbo a Silverhawk like origin comic of Mumbo Jumbo,
experience Mumbo Jumbo.
I want that.
Like it's like again, we're like. The other thing that I noticed too is like the intro to this pilot episode basically just tells you the pilot episode. Tells you all the information you learn in the pilot episode.
Yeah, they have a rainbow.
So you learn all the characters' names, the bad guy, and that he escaped, and that he got all these people, and they name all of the people, and then we got our good guys, so they talk about our good guys and explain all our good guys. And then what happens in the next like 15 or so minutes, they do that, but in a longer form.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's weird.
Check out Bluegrass with no fretting. Just
we get the it's basically the summary of the whole thing, this banging theme song, and then the extended version of what we learned before the theme song.
That's it. That's all they needed, I guess.
Literally. That's all they did in this. Because they even listed, that was the thing. I first learned of Mumbo Jumbo in the intro because they went through and listed all of the bad guys right there. Mumbo Jumbo. So you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the episode and they're like, oh yeah, and then we've got Mumbo Jumbo. Okay, strong man for the mob.
In the episode, they didn't talk about that snake-looking dude. They didn't talk about the magician-looking weirdo.
What magician-looking weirdo?
So the bad guys had like a weird magician-looking guy. I forgot. I don't know. It was somewhere in there when they showed all the bad guys. Right there, like that top hat looking or like dapper looking guy.
Yeah, I think they just did I think they just did the characters from Tuning Fork Guy to the right.
Yep,
they just did those 5.
Yeah.
Tuning Fork Guy, What's His Nuts, Melodia, Molecular, and Mumbo Jumbo. All man for the mob.
Yeah, I think
that's my biggest takeaway from this episode.
Same here. From
SilverHawk. It's the generic ass bull man whose name is Mumbo Jumbo, and the exasperated ass introduction of him.
That's
Mumbo Jumbo, strong man for the mob.
There he is.
I'm just reading off a list here.
Let me see. What else do we have here? Mumbo Jumbo. That's weird. Is that a guy? Okay. I guess Mumbo Jumbo is there.
Crim Dimbler. Yeah.
Got this molecular guy. I don't know what's going on there.
Jay Crooker.
Yeah, Mumbo Jumbo, greatest part of this so far, so I give it a thumbs up on that.
Yeah. Best buy in 2025 so far.
Yeah, if anybody out there is big into SilverHawks, let us know. And let us know your favorite.
Hawkhead, dude.
Big Hawkheads. Is Mumbo Jumbo your favorite, like us? Like, ours is Mumbo Jumbo. Why not? Obviously, Mumbo Jumbo is way better than Monstar.
Dude, I mean, Monstar's got a cool look to him, don't get me wrong. But, like, Mumbo Jumbo, strong man for the mob. You know what I mean? Like, does he have that? I don't think so.
Just so unenthusiastic. Just like, we got this fucking bull. Mumbo Jumbo.
Strong man for the mob.
You know, all right, moving on.
It does sound like he's just bored, like, reading off a fucking piece of paper. You know what I mean?
It's so true. Well, thank you for joining us on this SilverHawks discussion of our 80s pilot rewatching, and we will check you next time when we jump into Voltron.
Hell yeah.
Bye, everybody.
So long, Hawkheads.